Hi and welcome back to another video. Let's continue from where we left off. So at this point, I'm just going to assume the audio is well. How to master Photoshop. If you want to master Photoshop, so that's just all I want to do. So I can export it, and I will export it as a WAV file. And I'll just click on save. And then I'll navigate to the file that I've just saved. Then I will delete the file that I had. I will delete the audio that I had, and I will drag in the new audio. And now I can start editing. Just play it and listen to the parts that I want to remove. So I can play it. How to master Photoshop. If you want to master Photoshop, the best way to do it is for you to watch as many tutorials as you can while practicing what you learn. Maybe here I want to remove the part where I'm breathing there. I can just remove that and continue playing. How to master Photoshop. And maybe I want to add like a title here in the beginning. So I can drag in the annotation, and I'll drag in that annotation, and I can give it the title, How to Master Photoshop. If I click outside and I come back in here, I can drag it. And what else do I want to change here? Maybe I want to change the text color to white and the background color. I want to change the background color to, let's change it to that blue color. And for this one as well, let's change that to white. You can even increase the size of that, and you can also increase the size of the font size. You can increase that. And in Camtasia you can add some certain behaviors. So maybe you want to add a behavior here. Maybe you want it to slide in, and so this is how it's going to happen. If you want to master Photoshop and you don't want any effect during, you can remove the effect that's happening during, and you saw that it was fading. But if you remove that, if you remove the fading, if you want to master Photoshop, the best way to do it is for you to watch as many tutorials as you can while practicing what you learn. So keep practicing and keep learning more, and that will make you a master in Photoshop. Let's just go here, and here it seems like there's a long pause. I can cut it. I can cut it out. I'm cutting by doing Control X on my keyboard, but you can also use this. If you just use that, it will cut it as well. That's what I'm doing. So just keep learning and keep practicing. Okay? In the end, you're going to master Photoshop. And maybe I can remove this. I don't want to hear that. And I'll do Control X, and that's going to remove it. I hope this tip, I just need to remove all of this. Control X. And maybe let's just assume that maybe you're doing a demonstration in your computer, and at this point maybe you want to zoom in. So you can just like zoom in to that point, and you want to increase the length. You want to increase the length of the zooming period. You can do that. just play planning more, and that will make you a master in Photoshop. So just keep learning and keep practicing. In the end, you're going to master Photoshop. Okay, so let's see. And then maybe at this point, now we want to go back. You want to reduce, or maybe you want to zoom to a different area. And you want to spend the rest of the video zooming. In the end, you're going to master Photoshop. I hope this tip is helpful for you and will enable you to master Photoshop. So somewhere here, let's listen again. I hope this tip is helpful for you and will enable you So we can remove the first bit and will enable you master. Control X to delete that. I hope this tip is helpful for you and will enable you to master Photoshop. And then maybe you want to add an ending video. So when you add any element in the media section, these are the elements that are currently here, or elements that you want to use, or tools or assets that you want to use inside of your video. You can even add images if you have an image that you want to add. Let's just do an example here. Maybe I want to add an image of Photoshop somewhere here. So you can just drag it in and you'll see that it's been added here. And if you want to add it to your libraries, these are maybe items that you use frequently. So you can add it to your library. Just right click and then click add to library and it can get added, but I'm going to cancel. I don't want to add it. Anything that you add, any media that you add inside of your video here in the timeline, you can reduce it. By default, it will always get to 5 seconds. So any element, anything that you add, it will be on screen for 5 seconds by default, but you can reduce that. Just click at the end of it and you can reduce the size. So at this point, maybe you want to add that image. Sure, you can do that. And you also want the image to come in using a transition. So if we come here under transitions, you can choose how you want the image to transition in. You can add it as a master in Photoshop. You can also use a different transition here. Maybe this time around we want it to fold. A master in Photoshop. Okay, so just play around with all this and see which one that you love. A master in Photoshop. Let's go to the end here. I hope this tip is helpful for you and I want to add an ending video. So you can use all the skills that you've seen in this video to create an ending video for yourself, and will enable you to master Photoshop. How to master Photoshop? If you want to master Photoshop, that's pretty much it. How you can quickly edit your recording in Camtasia. You can also share it. If you want to share it out, you can export it if you want to. Custom. So I have some custom presets that I have set up, and you can create your own, or you can use the default presets. If you want to create your own custom production settings, you can just come here under custom production and click on custom production, and you can choose all these things here that you want. Produce with the controller, no. All these other settings that you want here. The audio settings and everything. Then click next and continue. Or you can use presets, and you can just click here to add or edit presets. And you can choose any of these presets here. MP4 only up to 720p, MP4 only up to 1080p, So I know this video is at 1080p, so I can choose 1080p, and if I want to edit it, I can just click here on new, give it a name, click next. And if there's anything that I want to change, one thing that you'll probably want to change with the default presets will be the audio quality. You can put it at 320 kilobytes. And once you give it a name, you can just continue next. You can click there to edit the author information and everything for the new preset that you're creating. And you can click finish, and then you can close, and then you can come back here and you can choose the preset, or you can just do what I do and just press Ctrl P. And when you press Ctrl P, you will get the production wizard, and you can choose any of these other settings, and you can see our setting that we just created is here. Okay, so you can use any of these default ones as well. Click next, choose where you want the image to be, and I'll click finish, and the video is going to get exported. And once it's exported, you can upload it, share it, or do whatever you want to do with your video. And once it's done exporting, you can open the video, and then you can play it to Photoshop. If you want to master Photoshop, the best way to do it is for you to watch as many tutorials. And there you go. That's how you can edit and export your Camtasia recording. So that's it for this video. If you need any more Camtasia tutorials, just let me know and I'll create more. In this video, you've just seen how you can quickly edit your Camtasia screen recording. I will see you next time.